Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Two Doors podcast. I am here with Avani. Avani is an award-winning IT recruitment consultant who has spent over 20 years helping companies find the best tech talent and guiding professions to their dream jobs. Avani's journey in IT recruitment has been incredibly rewarding, allowing her to stay at the forefront of the ever-evolving tech landscape and help organizations build high-performing teams. Over the years, Avani has had the honor of working with some of the most innovative companies like Afterpay, Kmart, MBN, Telstra, Vodafone, and other talented individuals. I can't wait to dive into the latest IT recruitment market trends, whether you're a job seeker looking to advance your career or an employer aiming to attract the best talent. Avani, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Alex. It is so nice to meet you today.
It's a pleasure. I'm looking forward. I enjoyed our last conversation, and for everyone that has not met Avani before, she's got the best energy. So she's just this high energy lady. So I'm excited, and I mean, 20 years is no small feat of helping people into jobs, and you must see trends as well of markets and people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a quite a journey. Actually, I started from India. I didn't know anything about recruitments and everything, but I did learn my way up. Basically building an entire team when I was working in India. After which I went to the UK and did my masters. I completed my masters in distinction, and I started working in one of the recruitment companies. Within just 15 days of my employment there, I had already hired 2 director level people. Then of course, for personal circumstances and all, I had to go back to India. I migrated to Australia, and it's been about 13 years. So It's been a very long time. It's been a good journey so far.
So you're an Aussie now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's been a good journey basically so far. Yeah.
And tell us more about what's going on in the market. So obviously we were chatting before this, like we're seeing some trends, but yeah, what are you seeing out there?
Well, the year has just started, I would say. Things are just picking up, but I'm very sure 2025 looks really promising when it comes to IT market. There are a lot of roles basically, in the market and all for IT individuals, specifically for cybersecurity, cloud computing, and AI. The only challenge would be that we are basically, short of staff. We do not have skilled individuals to take up these roles and all. But I think that will also change over time. The reason is because the other day I was reading, we have got a lot of accredited universities and certifications that the universities are offering. About time that they actually start giving bachelor's degree, master's degree, and doing majors in cybersecurity, or for that matter AI and stuff like that, so that we can then get a good amount of basically individuals who can take up a role in AI. But AI is going nowhere. It's here to stay. So, well,
hey, you beat me to my motto. I like that. Because it's how you use it. Like someone we had on the podcast said, it's how you use it as a companion. Yeah. And like you can either be so dependent on your companion, or it could be a tool that you're
Absolutely.
like, hey, I really needed that. And I'm seeing a lot in especially cyber and cloud. And what was crazy is the government brought out the emerging roles report in November. I'm not sure if you saw that, but cloud was one of the emerging roles. Yes, and I'm like, absolutely. Hey, buddy, not Mr. Government. I thought cloud has been around for a while now. So, but it's crazy that we're identifying that site reliability engineer, even that's another one. So, yeah.
There are few roles very, very niche. I had come across just one so far. It's been about 3 years I'm, working in this company, and 13 years in Australia. And I have literally only once or twice come across a reliability engineer role and cloud computing roles and all. So I think it is quite picking up now. So that's what I said. I think it is not really showing. The reason is because we are short of staff in this particular domain.
Yes.
And it is time that we basically see shortcomings there, and get more certification, train our staff members, and get them ready for the future.
And what's the best way that people can stand out? Because like there's either a skill shortage or there's too many people. Like we see one job ad, there's 200 applicants within 24 hours. Like you've obviously seen, or we go the other way where it's like those skill shortage that we're talking about. But how can people stand out? What do you like the most in what you see?
I like candidates who are following up and all. Sending CV is great. I get like 100 CVs for one role, but it's the candidate efforts that really makes a lot of difference. It doesn't take too long to pick up a phone and follow up to find out if you did you receive my CV at all or not. Apart from that, too, I would definitely, when I'm talking to a candidate, when I'm reviewing their CVs and all, I would definitely see if they tick all the boxes when it comes to the key selection criteria. Like what are the must-haves and what is the must-have that the client is looking for in a candidate. So that is something that they need to definitely take on. And the projects that they have worked. Sometimes, some of the clients are very, very particular about the kind of candidate they are after. There are few non-negotiable skill sets, so they need to tick all the boxes and all. And then, of course, there is cultural, fit as well, which is very important. So along with the skills, I would see if they even, meet the cultural as in cultural, if they fit the client's requirement in terms of the culture and stuff like that, whether they are a fit in a team at all or not.
So you're saying be proactive as well.
Absolutely,
outside
100%.
of that. Don't just send and then see you later, buddy. It's kind of because at the end of the day, that pragmatism is what clients are looking for, right? Like if you're going to hire someone, you want someone who goes a bit above beyond. Like
100%.
Those people, I've always found, like you strike me as a very smart woman. It's like, you got your master's distinction. So I bet you went a bit further than what was required to get some of these. And it's the same what we do in our job, but that's the same for candidates. It's like, it's not just a given these days. It's like, there's a lot of competition, but how do you stick out from the competition? We work hard.
100%. Not just that, but, as client managers, you do follow up with your clients to get their job role, right? We are their client. So they have to be mindful of that as well. So I think it works both the ways. The candidates need to as much follow up with, the consultant if you need a job, as much as we are following up with our clients to actually get a feedback for you.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And are you seeing any shifts of what clients are looking for lately? Has there been anything different or any other requirements that you're like that really stick out?
Not so much in particular, but I am seeing a lot of trend recently wherein they are looking for a lot of cybersecurity people, and a lot of people in these niche domains basically. I'm looking when it comes to the LinkedIn post, I see only people talking about AI and all. So I think that is a trend at this stage we need to look out for, and there'll come a point wherein the clients will start recruiting people in that particular domain as well. So that is something we all as recruiters need to be ready, build up our pipeline in a way that we are always ready with the CVs and all. So
well, it's crazy because this has been around for quite a while. Like I used to work on machine learning roles like 5-6 years ago, and I was actually off the phone with a guy who's wants to come on the show, and I said, hey, like you're like the kind of king of AI, but you don't have the crown, like because he doesn't brand it. And he was like, I know, I've not. And so it is here to stay, but there's different types of AI as well that people need to be aware of, and how to build these large language models, or if you're using computer vision for the main visuals. And I find that people are looking for communication as well, Avani. I don't know if you've seen that lately.
100%. Communication skills are very, very important. I mean, without communication skills, you're not going to get anywhere, to be honest to you. You are in a very senior level role, or you are as, just a junior developer, you still need to have comms so that you can speak to your managers and all, to explain them the role. In fact, I have seen a lot of junior developers and all who have just come, just graduated and started work and stuff like that. And with good comms, they have actually climbed the ladder much quicker than somebody who was not able to articulate, what they are basically doing, what they're basically working on and all. So even if you are talking technical, you still need to actually articulate in a way wherein you are trying to, you are able to convince your client that, and give them a kind of a product, knowledge on what you're working on. So absolutely, comms are very, very important, I would say, 100%.
I've seen it as a big shift lately that you have to be able to communicate what's going on, the idea as well. And what about anything else that you'd advise these younger generation? Because obviously it sounds to me, be proactive with
Yes,
your
100%.
LinkedIn or your post. Go the extra mile, have good communication. Anything else you'd advise these
Yeah,
people?
I think networking, these graduates, of course, they are very new to the market and all. They don't know what is there in the market for them, and it's the network that will get them somewhere. So I think attending a lot of networking events, referrals will help a lot. Speaking to their peers, or people who have already got a job, their friends or anybody who has already got a job, to forward the CV and all, just to see if they can basically get on the line. So I think networking is very important for these people, the newbies. The reason is because they don't have a CV to back them up. So it's the whatever, whoever they are meeting in person, they can basically sell their skills real time to them. So I think networking, and I really feel there should be more and more, how do I put it? But there should be more events wherein these graduates can gather together and get to meet the employers, potential employers who are happy to hire them. I have seen a lot of companies who advertise graduate programs and all, and then wait for the graduates to actually apply. But I would rather have a kind of a session, a 2 days or 3 days session, wherein I would get all the graduates who are showing interest and do bulk recruiting. I have done something similar like that for one of our clients. And that is very helpful. In 1 and 2 days, you can actually find a potential, you can build an entire team, So, and of course, these graduates get more chance. I mean, as a company, as a client, you have a lot of opportunities to see more CVs and all, to meet a lot of experienced people. But it's these graduates that actually need a stepping stone. And this gives them an opportunity to actually come in front of the hiring managers. So I think it would be it is a good idea to have these kind of events wherein they get an opportunity to come in front of potential clients. Yeah,
It's a hard one though, isn't it? Because people are talking like return of investment and we can't spend too much at the moment, and then the other end of the spectrum is like AI and why do we need to buy higher juniors? And it's really tough, but it's actually worth it because juniors don't realize that, hey, yeah, it might be very hard to get your first job, but when you've got your first job, you're there for a few years, you're now very attractive, but you have just probably had the biggest skill up in the whole of remuneration in Australia.
Correct.
Like you jump from 70 to 90, 120 grand, very quick time, I feel, of what I've seen of some juniors when they become mid-levels and becoming seniors.
100%. It is very, in fact, I'll tell you, IT is such a booming market. The challenges to actually get into an IT industry, if you're just a graduate. I mean, if you don't have any experience, that is the challenge. Once you are in for life. Because if you are ready to basically work hard and all, you can definitely survive in the market. There is a lot of jobs for the people who are ready to work hard. So as I mentioned, 2025 looks great. The only thing is, if you're talking about graduates, I think giving them a bit of opportunity in terms of visibility of the clients is pretty helpful. Because if I have a CV of somebody who's just out of university, and if I have got CV who is very experienced, I'm definitely going to lean towards somebody who has got more experience. So I think companies should open up avenues wherein they are open to consider graduates, and have an event wherein the hiring managers are directly in touch with them, because all they have to sell is their personality and their communication, and whatever they have learned in the university, whatever projects that they have done for those last 3 months. This is all they know, this is all they can showcase. So how else are they going to do it? So
I find the ones that go and build as well outside of that, and they come and they show me something
wow.
that really sticks out than the other just grads.
Nice.
And it's like,
Yeah.
go and build something, go and solve a real world problem.
Absolutely.
I had one guy lately, I helped into a job, and he was building a badminton app outside of what he was doing because he couldn't find other people to play badminton with. And I was like, I love that, because he wanted to show he had the relevant skills and he could do it. And on your point on resumes then, Avani, like I would love to chat like about this, because it's not going anywhere. It's like, when you talk to your client, you'll represent, hey, here's a profile and the resume reads good. But you and I have seen so many that we sometimes forget the skills and experience that we have in terms of resumes.
Yes.
So what makes a great resume?
But yeah, they need to basically, whenever you see a job role, you need to align it with your CV with what the hiring manager is looking for. I mean, you put all kind of fluff that you have done, but it doesn't really align to what the client, whatever you are applying for. It's not really going to be helpful. I mean, if I were a client, I want to just see boom, 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 whatever I'm looking for. Like those 3 non-negotiable skill set, does it show in the CV at all or not? And that's it. It's not going to take me time at all to pick up the phone and speak to this candidate. But if you am going to put like all 10 different points of something that is absolutely irrelevant to my job role, of the job role that I am applying for, it's not going to get me anywhere. So I think to make the CV not too lengthy but to the point, and it should definitely align to what you are basically applying at least.
And what's too lengthy?
Lengthy, I would say, do not go more than 5 pages, 5 to 6 pages. 6 pages the max, and show only your last 10 years of experience. Do not go, you can just put a title and all for the other ones, which is absolutely not relevant. For example, if I were to build my CV, you will not see anything beyond, I have not even mentioned anything that I have done in the UK. I mean, just my education, because now it's not relevant anymore. I'm in Australia. People are going to focus on my Australian experience. They don't care about what I've done back in India, what I have done back in the UK. But if I would have done that 5 years ago, probably I would have mentioned it. But it's been about more than 15 years now. Nobody cares.
Yes.
So I think.
And what about font size? What's your thoughts on that?
Arial 10 is a good professional font size, not too big, and it looks professional on the CV. And if you're putting like titles and stuff like that, like skills or education, then Arial 12 is good to have too. So I think the best is specifically for a recruiter, when you're presenting it to the clients, they want to see a standard format and everything. Yeah. And I think Arial 10 looks most professional. It's not too big, not too small, and it basically looks pretty aligned on the page, on the Word document.
There's human psychology behind it all.
Oh, really?
And so, yeah, because it's like what sticks out, why does it stick out? But then even what you spoke about there, it's relevance. I have never seen somebody on their resume over extenuate, hey, I'm a really good JavaScript developer, and they've written JavaScript too many times. I've seen the other way many times, that there's not enough relevance. So what you were saying about like those 10 lines,
100%.
I've seen that so many times, and I'm like, this is boring me. This resume is not relevant. Next person. Or even people's telephone numbers. Yeah. Because we're in this whole, my data or whatever. But if you're applying for a job, put your telephone number on there so you can be contacted.
Absolutely.
Because I move on to the next. There's hundreds. So it's very hard.
Just not the telephone number, but you need to have a voicemail activator as well, I remember there are a lot of good candidates. I'm desperate to get in touch with them. I'm unable to get in touch with them because they don't have their voicemail activated. So I don't know how to leave a message. So generally then what basically I do is I have to use my mobile to actually send them message, which I obviously don't want to do it. I mean, I don't want to use my, personal number to send across messages to my candidates. So then, generally this is what I end up doing. But please keep your voice message activated as well.
And what do you think about photos on resumes?
No, a big no.
Is it?
100%. Yeah. I mean, I don't care how you look. Show me what you have done,
Yes.
I don't care how you look. And plus for recruiters, we have to format a CV according to the client's requirements. You imagine the amount of formatting you have to do if there is a photo and there are boxes and there are tables. You don't want to see any of that.
Yeah.
You want the CV to be absolutely simple, straightforward. Make it an Arial 10 without any tables, without any boxes and everything, and without any. I've seen them putting logos as well. I don't even like logos. I mean, remove the logos, because I'm definitely going to remove all of that when I'm formatting the CV, because there is a certain way I have to send it across to the clients. So photos, logos, and I've seen a very colorful CV as well, and it really puts me off.
And I feel the main point there is know the audience.
Yeah.
Like with a recruiter, you know that we're going to be representing you, we're listening to you, we're trying to get the best outcome for you and the client.
Yeah.
But when you're applying directly to companies, like we had Eden on the podcast, that's the the head of HR and talent for Movember globally. And he was like, I love cover letters, but like, we don't love cover letters because we don't have time to read them all. So
True.
it's about knowing your audience, isn't it?
100%. Just not that, but if you're applying for normal roles or solution architect roles, PM roles and all, you don't want to see these photos and colors and all. But then it is very different for people who are into designing, UI, UX designers and all. My God, their CVs are different level altogether.
Yes.
They don't have a Word document, they basically make it in PPT and all of that. So it totally, as you mentioned, it depends on who is applying and who you are sending it to.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And bringing this into land, is there anything, imparting wisdoms you'd like to share? Any last thoughts?
Just to all the candidates and all, please do not lose hope. There are a lot of roles for everybody. 2025 looks really promising in IT market. Some challenges here and there, but I have heard a lot of candidates basically say that the market is very, very bad at the moment, as in they are finding it very hard to basically look for jobs and all, but things will get better. We are approaching end of financial year and there is election time coming up as well, and that is affecting everything, but that will soon change, and come July everything will start looking much better.
That's brilliant. And thank you so much for sharing on the show. It's been brilliant. And yeah, you have to be tough, right? It's all worthwhile. So yeah, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, Alex.